Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick unboxing and first look at the Saramonic UwMic10. This is a UHF wireless microphone system that retails for $270 US. I'll include a link in the description to Amazon where you can pick one of these up. Fairly new, the top of the line when it comes to Saramonic's wireless mic systems with lav, and it actually does have dual receivers, so you can have two transmitters, two TX10s. You can see we've got the RX10, which is the actual receiver, and then the TX10, which you'll see in a moment, which is the transmitter. I do not believe the TX10 is available on its own at present, but remember, this is a brand new product, and the idea here is to give you high performance at an affordable price. So with that out of the way, I want to go ahead and get this thing out of the box. I'll just show you also the back of the packaging where Saramonic just points out that it is camera mountable. You'll see there is a cold shoe inside this box, as well as a belt clip. You can see the packing list right here. So you got the RX10, the shoe mount adapter to mount it on your camera of choice, the belt clip, the XLR adapter to 3.5 mil audio, and then the 3.5 millimeter plug audio cable for just doing a regular 3.5 line. The packing list when it comes to the TX10, of course, the TX10 itself, belt clip for that as well, omnidirectional lav, microphone, a windscreen, and a mic holder clip. But that's pretty much it. And again, at $270, I think you'll be hard-pressed to find a system that competes with this, but of course, that's why I'm reviewing it. So let me get it out of the box. And Saramonic was kind enough to furnish me with this. And in my opinion, considering I have been using the Audio-Technica System 10, which is actually more expensive and uses 2.4 gigahertz, and is definitely in every way an older product. Again, this is a brand new offering. And also, interestingly enough, I noticed that this exact same look, design, build, even though I still haven't cracked open the cardboard here, is also being marketed or branded by Sony as well on Amazon. So something to consider. I believe this just slides out. Let's take a look. Maybe I'm wrong. Whole box pushes out the other way. Trying to figure out exactly what they did here. If I can. There we go. It's Velcro, folks. Interesting that Saramonic went with that. Nice choice. Here I was thinking that I was going to have to slide it out. So we've got some paperwork right here, direct from Saramonic, a user manual, and then we have the RX10 and TX10. Before I get to those, let's go over the accessories that I just mentioned on the packing list. You can see right here we have the lav mic itself, which I'm going to bring up to the camera so you can get that in clear focus. It already has the windscreen installed on it. There you have it. Looks fairly standard to me, as well as the 3.5 mil plug that's going to connect this to the actual microphone system. Then we have the 3.5 to 3.5 that I mentioned earlier. So that's another included accessory. The cold shoe mounting clip that I mentioned earlier as well, so you can actually mount the receiver onto your camera of choice. Definitely something that you should get in a system like this or any wireless microphone system. The belt clip right here. Some silica gel. And here we have the XLR to 3.5 millimeter adapter. So pretty much everything you're going to need to get up and running, which is what you'd expect, again, in a package like this. So let's get to the actual receiver, because that's where things are interesting here. It is a dual receiver. In other words, you can, basically get another TX10 to work with this, which does make it unique, especially at its price point. I mean, already you're looking at one of the most affordable options out there for a wireless UHF system, but it also has expandability. So that's nice. Down the road, again, I don't believe the TX10 is available on its own yet, but in the event that it is, you have another affordable way to have yet another transmitter out in the field. At the top, we have two ports here. One is for headphone out. The other is for output. So you've got dual outputs there, whether one's being fed into headphones or the other into a camera, really up to you. But two outputs at the top. Basically, one of the things I really liked about this when I first saw it was the fact that you do get a readout on both the transmitter and the receiver, something again at this price point that is unheard of basically. Even the Audio-Technica that I mentioned earlier, no readout there of this capacity. Metal construction on this, it does operate using batteries. I recommend using rechargeables. That's what I'll be using as well. You can see right there, I just popped out the battery compartment. So it takes two, and basically simple locking system there. You just squeeze, pops back into place. And I really do like the construction here. It does feel like it's well made. And because it's UHF, remember, it's going to be predominantly based on line of sight. But from what I've seen, very good range on this mic, beyond just solid quality from what I've heard. So that's a big plus that Saramonic's got going for it. You can see we've got volume control right here on the right side, power button on the left side, and then an actual set button, I assume for selecting right there, and then LEDs to let you know whether the device is powered on, and also the RFIR transmission. Let's get over to the actual transmitter, which again is the RX10, or excuse me, TX10, I mean. And this is where the action happens, well, at least in terms of what you'll be carrying around on you in order to send that audio signal back to the receiver that we were just looking at. Same exact build and construction quality, which again is a plus. Same thing with the batteries. So again, I do recommend rechargeables, no question about that. But you can see right there, again, nice that we have a readout, volume controls. And from what I've seen, the menu gets pretty deep until I actually start to use this. I can't tell you how well it performs, but of course I will be updating all of you. Power button, set button, the exact same layout, audio IR LED as well as a power LED, and then your mic input right here, which is what you would be connecting to, for example, the lav that's included. So this would just go right in, and you're pretty much good to go. Of course, once you've set everything up. So very interesting that Saramonic is bringing us a very affordable option in a wireless microphone system like this. In fact, I mean, that is, again, what really appeals to me. Saramonic said, what would you like to review in our lineup? And this was the first thing that jumped out to me because it does offer the most potential to just about anyone looking for a lav system that is affordable. Do keep in mind, it is dependent upon the 600 band. So like other microphones dependent on that, it is in flux right now. It may be purchased. If that's the case, then Saramonic will have to address that because essentially that would equate to not being able to use that band for transmission. So we'll see. That's not an issue now, and Saramonic has said that they would address it if that were to be the case. But the Sony branded version of basically what, an identical copy, or maybe even the same microphone system that I'm looking at here from Saramonic, I believe is selling on Amazon for $600 US. So to get the exact same system without Sony branding for $270 seems like a bargain. And again, it includes everything from an XLR adapter, a regular 3.5 mil line, your cold shoe mount, and of course a belt clip so that you can actually carry around the TX10, the transmitter, and then down the road, as I mentioned 3 times already, the capability to feed in another TX10 to this just makes it even more desirable, because expandability, once you get into this range or quality of microphone system, is definitely a desirable feature. You don't want to hit the brick wall, a dead end, when it comes to a quality mic system. So I really like what Saramonic's put together here. Build quality looks good. The accessory list is exactly where it should be. Now it's going to all come down to performance. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. And of course, as usual, hit that like button and subscribe. Later.